Bentley white like cotton. Residential so good, my doors don't gotta lock 'em. Watch the dirty money with Oxy. I miscount cause I'm off yeah, these bigger than a damn proxy. Call my he said copy. Get that plug like a boogie. I like riches, hit like nookies. You ain't scared of no, but you scared to put on your hoodie. Man, my like Woody. I just scraped it off the top. Cut it out the road, out the curve, out the block. I was already sold out of work by 10 o'clock. Too deep in the streets, felt that baby, that meant a lot. Whenever
down on the Bayou as you get a look inside the Caesars Superdome here in New Orleans. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap. But
you spent your whole life trying to blow up, but Elohim never had time for donuts. The beat gon' have no time for cold cuts. The game like Big Pitch came to join up. Yeah, I'm still independent. They sold 1 million records. Yeah, used to be on my checklist. Big diamonds don't need a necklace. Look, we built the sound like it's double speed Tetris. I cannot build without God in it. We built the sound, you can't copy this. I never brag, it's just confidence. I never rap for your compliments. I wrote this one for the indie grind. If you ain't signed on the dotted line, can't buy my soul with no dollar sign.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us in downtown New Orleans at the Caesars Superdome. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Los Angeles Rams and the New Orleans Saints. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. First down, they'll start out with Akers. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Stafford, and right away he lost the football. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again. Then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Off the play fake, Winston. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. It'll be a loss of only a couple on the sack, but now it'll bring up 3rd down.
Well, they certainly took too long to set up play action. That gave the pass rush time to get home for its first sack of the game. For their sake, they may start to think about the quick game and leave play action alone for a little while.
On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And they're going to drop him well shy of the 1st as he can only make it to the 11. Ball at a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. Will Lutz now to try the New Orleans field goal from 28 yards out. The kick by Lutz is good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. So the fumble recovery and set up an ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And, Charles, you look at these two teams, and these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got 2 division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shot.
Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he's into the end zone. A fumble return and a safe touchdown. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
The offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
So an early 10-0 lead for him now as they kick it away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
To throw again on 2nd down. Stafford. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's the first catch of the game for Kupp, and he's got a first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense, rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he's got some space here. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. That's complete to his tight end, Higbee. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end. Let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Yeah, good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down with Akers. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. You're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
On second down and 4. Stafford connecting with Kupp here on the out route. Touchdown, Rams! Cooper Kupp, his 6th touchdown of the season. Matt Gay on for the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now.
Makes the score Saints 10, Rams 7.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And from the end zone, Deontay Hardy will bring it out. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
At their own 26-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Jameis to throw it. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. I think that time he just maybe held on to it a little too long, CD, because after a couple of seconds in this league, you know those defenders are coming.
And how many times do we talk about complementary football? We usually talk about does the offense help the defense, does the defense help the offense? I think in this case, does the quarterback help out his offensive line? You only have a certain...
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Winston to give, it's Kamara. And they get him down right near the midfield stripe.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. Winston now from the 50. He'll find his tight end. It's Adam Trautman. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 24-yard line. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Kamara try the right side. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. The Saints at 6-4 now on the year. And they come in losers of 2 straight, so try to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Now, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And they're able to add on to their advantage. It's good on the extra point. These guys will take a 10-point lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Stafford going to give this to Akers. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
From the 41, Stafford. That's complete to Robinson. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. And he's taken down here by the Saints. That's the former Buckeye Pete Werner getting the sack. But he continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. These sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route, the drag, and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stay with him for that long.
Better against man than zone.
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone, and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints will take over here just shy of the 30.
Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Kamara up the middle. And he'll get 2 or 3 out of that one, as that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. A gain of 3, second down.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
They go play action. Winston. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So now after the sack, Winston and the Saints needing to figure out what to do. Tough play, 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 32-yard line. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. A first down throw for Winston. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. Oh, he bowls over it. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
And they've used him in the passing game to great effect so far. Here they get it to him again on the screen, and it turns into a nice positive play.
Back to the ground. It's Kamara. 45 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved away with relative ease.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Alexander Johnson there on the stop. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And Winston lost the football. But fortunately, the Saints were able to hold on to it, so they will indeed keep possession.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. To throw is Winston. And that will be incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
The kick by Lutz is good. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. They already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
From the end zone, here comes Williams. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Rams offense at the line. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Now Stafford. Got a man. It's Higbee, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. On first down, it's Stafford. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Stafford looks to throw again. He finds Robinson. So it's halftime here in New Orleans with the Saints out in front. As we get you over to Orlando, and standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Saints take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. This offense set to begin the third quarter, and Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
Play action now, Winston. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
And he'll go down, brought down at the 20-yard line. Give the sack to David Onyemata, the product of Nigeria by way of Canada.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
But following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. From the gun, here's Stafford. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to score on the third down coming up.
You know what else he did? You've been on defense, man. He got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
A chance of wasting this great starting field position. A real threat. This is 3rd and long.
action. Stafford to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
In the red zone, precision is the watchword. If the throw's a little too early, too late, maybe off a little bit, going to be a good chance that any attempt is going to be a contested one, and that one falls incomplete.
And Gay knocks this one through. So kind of disappointing there. I mean, yes, they get the 3, but with starting field position like that, 3's not what you're banking on.
No, and you just have to wonder if you can afford to let chances like that continue to pass you by. You've got to find ways to get the ball to the end zone and put 6s on the scoreboard.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal is not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster. Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
Kamara gets it again on second down. Uses the stiff arm. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 56 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On the counter, here's Kamara. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
On second down, Kamara. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Rams go nickel here defensively on third. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
On third down, Winston. And that is incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. On the return is Williams. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. We'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And after the field goal last time, see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
A give up the middle to Akers. Shifts by him. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there, I'm just one big carry away.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jalen Smith able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Here's Stafford. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Kupp. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
And we've seen him have success earlier with the ball in his hands because he has to get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. At that time, they closed down quickly and held him to a short game.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Off the fake to Akers, here's Stafford. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember. But, Charles, you cannot say enough about that play by their special teams. Think about it. That keeps his game at 2 possessions in the second half and really adds pressure to the opposition.
Yeah, it certainly does, especially their offense. It takes a lot of pressure off the offense of the team that's leading. They got a little bit more of a cushion to play with now. How about the thanks each guy was getting as they came off the field after that block? Special teams, certainly special in that situation.
On 2nd and 11 now. Winston. Throw left side complete. That's Thomas. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Oh, he shifts past him. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 74 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Staying on the ground on 1st with Kamara. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there and it's 2nd and 11. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now Winston. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A good pick up there of 20 yards. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. jet sweep. Here's Olave. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. A loss of 2 there, second down. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
They'll try to run it in. It's Kamara. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 4 yards, that gets him close to the goal line, but it also brings up a 4th and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
On 19 yards.
The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So maybe not a knockout here, but I suppose you're a little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. The factor at this stage of the game is in their favor.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Off of play action, here's Stafford. And this is taken in by the tight end, Bryson Hopkins. So just completion there, and it'll be 2nd down. 4th quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure they only get 1 more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
From the 44, Stafford. He's got him in, complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to checking down to them or maybe dump-off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
He stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it up to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
On 2nd and 10, Stafford, this is caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Akers is into the end zone. Touchdown, L.A. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front. Offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away.
Fair catch. Made at the 25-yard line. The Saints take over 1st and 10.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game. You're in the 4th quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts at earliest opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
Winston's throw taken in by Landry. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 17 there and a New Orleans first down.
These guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
Trying to run down some clock with Kamara. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 90 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. Off the play fake, Winston. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Troy Hill picks it, and the Rams are right back in this football game.
A critical error there in a tight game in the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Marcus Davenport brought him down, the UTSA product.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now a play fake it at Stafford. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Stafford on first down. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. So nothing doing there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
Meanwhile, Stafford's throw pulled in by Robinson here. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
What that you're hoping for when you run drag routes. Receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Now it's Stafford. And this is going to be incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. And able to find Higbee. It's complete.
And he is going to have the Rams first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
Now it's Stafford. He's got it. It's Higbee. Touchdown Rams. A 24-yard touchdown.
And the Rams are an extra point away from going back on top here in the 4th.
A very important extra point there, up and good. And that is going to put them on top by a point, and it sets us up for quite a finish. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Here's Winston. And he whips that one incomplete there.
All right, you're still at least 30 yards from realistic field goal range. You want to get the ball to the 38, but preferably the 35 or less to give your guy his best shot at putting it through the posts.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Winston. It's complete. Kamara. And some room to maneuver. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Taken down at the 19-yard line. It's a gain of 5.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
Got a quick flash about being in their huddle. Whatever the play call was, it was tagged with these words. Make sure you stay in the middle of the field. That's where we want to be.
And he did just that. Now the timeout will be called, so they're in field goal range with 3 seconds left. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So it all rests now on the right leg of Will Lutz. With 3 seconds to go, this for the win. And it is good. He splits the uprights on a chip shot. And Bourbon Street, it'll be alive tonight. The Saints have won it. What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And what do real estate people tell us all the time? It's location, location, location. So being at home, that can to be a big deal because, remember, they were down to their final chance to retake the lead. That home field advantage, I think it helped fuel all what happened for them down the stretch. A huge win.
So for the Saints, their playoff chances take an uptick as they move to 7-4. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the San Francisco 49ers.
You see, it's two type of people in life. It's people that wake up and wish they had it. And it's people that wake up and go get it. We go get it, baby.